Welcome everybody to the Double R Podcast. If you are new to the Double R Podcast, we do this on YouTube all the time. If you're watching on Twitch, go to YouTube. If you're on Twitch, go. If you're on YouTube, go to Twitch. I promise you, we got a good show today. I promise you that. Oh, wait till I start get cooking today. We got ourselves a show today, but I'm gonna save that for a little bit. Wavy Y, welcome in to the Double R Podcast. We got ourselves a show today. We got ourselves a show today. We got ourselves a show. We got ourselves a show today. Wait till I talk my shit. Wait till I talk my shit. Oh, I can't wait to talk my shit. I can't wait. Thank you, City John. And can we get silent shout outs today? I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube and Twitch as well. So for the shout outs on Twitch, can we get a the slash command if we can? Thank you, City John, for the 5 streak, baby. All right, let's not waste any time. Let's get into the show here. I got a lot to talk about here. Get me on screen, please. Get me on screen, please. I've got a lot to talk about here. Welcome to the Double R Podcast. This is your boy, RetroRecap. And boy, do I got some shit to talk today. Especially for all of you who sat there and shitted on Lamar Jackson's name. You criticized him. You said he wasn't important. You said he wasn't the end-all be-all. Well, talk to me now. Come talk to me now. Everybody in the comments that was talking that shit. Everybody that was in that comments talking all that shit about Lamar Jackson not being good. Let me give me a second to talk my shit right now. Because everybody that was in those comment sections on YouTube talking all that nonsense about why this person is better than him, why this person is better than him. Well, look at today. Oh, you said, oh, he can't beat the good teams. He hasn't beat nobody. Miami is the second best team in the conference. Miss me with that bullshit. Miss me with the bullshit. Give me this camera. I want the camera on me, please. I want the camera on me, please. Miss me with the bullshit. And I'm getting ready to run through all the comments right in a second. For everybody that was opening their damn mouth, doubting the greatness of Lamar Jackson. You sat there and doubted him. You ridiculed his name. Oh, because he's black. That's the reason why you're so for him. It has nothing to do with skin color. Look at what the man is doing in the field. It has nothing to do with skin color. If Josh Allen was black and Lamar was white, You be changing your tune. No, I won't. This is exactly why I'm not changing my tune. If you know football, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you know football, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. This has nothing to do with skin color. It's about how good are you on the field. How good are you on the field? My eyes see everything. Just because he doesn't have 40 touchdowns does not mean he's not valuable, he's not good. And for all the ones that are so shallow-minded that don't watch football games, those are the ones I'm talking to right now. You're just making generalized statements about Lamar Jackson and don't know anything about what you're talking about. Well, I couldn't wait to get on for this one. I couldn't wait to get on this one. And I'm going to expose all of you. We're going to go right down that comment section, and I'm going to read every last single one, and I'm going to expose you because you clearly don't watch the games. Now, before I do that, go check out Sly. If you're in for an energy drink, you want a good energy drink, get that Sly Boost. Get that Sly Chill. Get that Sly Dream in your life. I promise you it'll change your life. If you need a little boost of energy like me right now, or we want to chill and vibe and chill, you got that. If you want a nice little slumber, get that Sly Dream. You got the melatonin. It's perfect for you. The link is on the screen. The QR code is on the screen. If you need the link dropped in the chat, we can do that for you as well. We got you covered. Get your Sly energy drinks right now. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I promise you that. We are also live streaming on YouTube as well. For those on Twitch. And for those who are normally on YouTube when I do these podcasts, we're on Twitch. So go follow both of them if you're not already doing so. This is one of the few times I'll be doing this on Twitch. So if you're on Twitch and you don't know that I do this on YouTube, go follow the YouTube page. We do this after every Ravens game. We get on here and we talk post-game reaction. So if you're into sports, if you're into commentary, if you're into reaction shit, the YouTube channel is where you want to go. The link is in the chat somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Go follow me, okay? Oh, I believe you. All the Dolphins fans were talking shit. And early on in the ball game, they had a point because Miami was moving the ball against the Ravens defense. Not going to hold you. Miami was moving the ball. They were looking pretty good. I was like, oh, we're in for a dogfight. Miami came to play, except at the end of the ball game, the Ravens came to play. Now, sound the alarm for that. Well, I'm just getting started, man. Don't even get me cooking up in here today. I had to sit here and listen to all the nonsense in the comments section on YouTube. And if you don't believe me, we're getting ready to go through those comments in a short second. But if you want to go over there and take a look at some of the more recent videos I posted about the greatness and the importance of Lamar Jackson and how everybody was coming at me talking about, you don't know what you're talking about, he's not this, he don't got the numbers this. Well, now he did it with the numbers. I already thought he was the MVP prior to this game. He solidified that today. 5 touchdown passes, 300 yards passing. He didn't even rush for that many yards. He didn't need to. I already thought he was the MVP 2 games ago. The 49ers game sealed it for me. Anything that he did on top of that was icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? It's like going to your favorite restaurant. You get your favorite dish. And you're like, all right, you know what? I want a little bit more than that. I want a nice little dessert to go along with this food. The dinner was amazing, and I'm full. But I need a little bit of dessert to top it off. My experience has been so great, let me get a dessert to top it off. That's what this was. Lamar Jackson already gave you the dinner. Everything else is just dessert at this point. Everything else is dessert. He's already proved that a long time ago. The only team in the league with 13 wins, the only quarterback in the league that can give you the true dual threat, and I mean running and passing the ball. There's no one else that can give you that combination like Lamar Jackson does. Everything else was icing on the cake tonight. I'm getting tired of this. I really am. Hopefully I don't have to hear any more. I mean, this is everybody. This is people on YouTube in the comments section. This is Richard Sherman. This is Mad Dog. This is the guy from First Thing First. All doubting. Oh, I need a true argument, empirical argument about why Lamar Jackson's the MVP. Well, damn it, he gave it to you. Now shut your mouth. I don't want to hear nothing tomorrow about any more of this Lamar Jackson. We're still debating about how good Lamar Jackson is. I don't want to hear any more about the greatness of Lamar Jackson anymore. As far as the regular season is concerned, the only thing that you can come at me with now is that he doesn't get it done in the playoffs. That's all you can say. That's all. I'm pretty sure that's all I'm going to hear at this point. I know somebody's going to sit there and say, oh, it was just one game. He had his best game of the season. It's just one game. No, it's not one game. That's the thing. That's where you're wrong. It's not just been one game. That's how I know you don't watch the games. Lamar Jackson has had plenty of games that he's been good. So miss me with that nonsense. Before we get really cooking, I want to take a shout out to, we got some merchandise. Some of you guys may know, some of you guys may not know, but I want to share this with you. So go ahead and check out the merch, all right? Definitely go give it up for Chicken Nuggets for that wonderful merch store intro. Go get your merch now. Command Merch. We got you covered. I promise you that. All right. Before I start exposing some people here, before I get to my exposing, because I can't wait for that. That's gonna be my highlight of this stream, is when we go down these comments and reread this shit. And for those who haven't seen it yet, well, you're in for a treat. I'm gonna thoroughly enjoy not only reading it, but exposing you at the same time. And this isn't from Dolphins fans. This is a lot from 49ers fans, Buffalo Bills fans who think Josh Allen is the MVP for some reason. And this is whoever else I'm talking to. I can't wait. I can't wait for this. I can't wait. But let me recap real fast, because my name is RetroRecap. The Baltimore Ravens are 13-3. They are the best team in the league. Under Lamar Jackson, this is the second time under Lamar Jackson since 2018, 2019, that they've been the #1 seed. We already know what happened in 2019. They blew it. They were the best team in the league. They lost the first game they played against Tennessee. Tennessee came out to play. The Ravens didn't. We know how that went. Now, this is the second year that Lamar Jackson is the #1 seed. Hopefully, this year, things change. Hopefully. Lamar Jackson, well, let me get back. The Baltimore Ravens are 13-3. Next week's game doesn't really mean much. They've already clinched the best record in the AFC. They already clinched the best record in the league, because even if San Francisco wins their next game, the Ravens already beat San Francisco. So even if San Francisco ends up with a 13-4 record, the Ravens are the best team in the league. So the reality is, next week's game doesn't mean much. You clinch the AFC, you clinch the best record in the league because you beat San Francisco. No other team can get 13 wins. So that's already a wrap. It's about what the Ravens do in the postseason that's going to matter here on out. Now, before I even get into that, let's look at Lamar Jackson's numbers here. Let's get Lamar Jackson's numbers up here, and then we can roll from there. So I'm going to show you guys the greatness of Lamar Jackson, since you guys don't believe me. If you guys don't believe me, I'm going to show you. Producer, can we get this blown up for me, please? I want everybody to see in plain sight the greatness of Lamar Jackson. 18 of 21, meaning he only had 3 incompletions the entire game. 3. 18 of 21 for 321 yards and 5 touchdown passes. Let me say it again louder. 5 touchdown passes. For those in the back that could not hear me. 5 touchdown passes. Oh, he don't have the TD numbers to match with the other people. I need you to shut the up right now, please. Just shut it up. This has nothing to do with his skin color. This has nothing to do with because he's a Baltimore Raven. This is me with my own 2 eyes being able to see the greatness of a player and being able to articulate to you what I see with my 2 eyes. That's what this is. It has nothing to do with skin color. Every single year, Lamar Jackson is always going to be in the MVP conversation because he can give it to you both ways. Now think about that, you nasty mother. He can give it to you both ways. He can beat you with the arm. He can beat you with the legs. Any given play, you don't know what he's going to do because sometimes he may not know what he's going to do. In most cases, he does know what he's going to do. The man had 5 touchdown passes, 300 yards, and the game was over at halftime. Last year, we already know what happened with the Ravens. They had a big 21-point lead going to the 4th quarter. They blew it. That was the first thing that came to my mind about this game. Ravens got up big. Uh-oh, here come the Miami Dolphins. Here we go again. The difference between last year's team and this year's team, you got Roquan Smith. And here's the beauty of it. Kyle Hamilton wasn't even playing in this game. Brandon Stevens wasn't even playing in this game. You had some of your top defenders in the secondary not even playing. They were injured. So the fact that you held Miami to 19 points without your best players in your secondary, both wonder, okay, and then Miami will counter, well, we didn't have Jalen Waddle. We didn't have Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton is our equalizer to Jalen Waddle. So if you're gonna counter with me, well, Waddle was out, I'm gonna say Kyle Hamilton was out because the value is equal. What Jalen Waddle does to the Dolphins, Hamilton does for the Ravens. You didn't have Brandon Stevens. Marlon Humphrey got hurt in the middle of the game. I think they said on the telecast the Ravens were down to like 3 DBs. That's it. You held the Miami Dolphins under 20 points. I could end the podcast right here. I really could. There's I don't need to elaborate on anything else, really. I really don't. We didn't even have our top guys. Yeah, Tyreek Hill got his 6 catches for 76. He did drop a touchdown pass. He did drop one, but nonetheless, I could end the podcast right here, and I'm done because we won the game by this many points without some of our best people on defense. Are you guys looking at the screen? Are you guys looking at what I'm seeing? That is 56-19. I'll give you 5 seconds to look at that screen closer. 56-19. I don't want nobody telling me about this team is so-so. I don't want somebody to tell me Lamar Jackson is not that good. This Ravens is not complete. You're probably not going to have one receiver go to the Pro Bowl this year. Lamar Jackson still makes it happen. He's not going to have a Pro Bowl receiver. He's not going to have a Pro Bowl tight end. Yet Lamar Jackson is going to win MVP. The same thing that happened in 2019 when he won the MVP the first time. He did not have a Pro Bowl wide receiver. He did have a Pro Bowl tight end in Mark Andrews. But he did not have a Pro Bowl tight end. A Pro Bowl wide receiver at all. Lamar Jackson wins MVPs because he's that great. We were all clamoring back in the day, a couple years ago, just get Lamar Jackson some wide receivers and you can see the greatness of him. Well, now you got him some. and he's having the best season of his career. And he's got an offensive coordinator that gives him more freedom to do whatever he wants. Greg Roman was holding him in a bind. Oh, Lamar Jackson, we're only going to let you do this. Lamar Jackson, we're only going to let you do that. Todd Monken's not doing that. Todd Monken is letting him do whatever he wants because he understands his greatness. When you have somebody that great, you can't pin them in the box and say, you need to follow the parameters of this offense. When you're that great, sometimes you got to let them have a little more freedom. Let them do whatever the fuck they need to do to win the ball game. Let them be Superman. You know what I'm saying? Why be Aquaman when I can be Superman? There's so much more abilities I can do. Don't pin me in a box and say, this is what you're going to do. I have so much more to offer. Imagine somebody telling LeBron James, no, you're going to play this and only do this only. But coach, I can do so much more. No, LeBron James, you're going to do this and this only. You're leaving so much on the table. For somebody that great, you can't tell them to just do this only. Todd Monken is letting Lamar Jackson do whatever the hell he needs to do to be successful. That's why the Ravens are 13-3. If you are a fan of this team, you know exactly what I'm talking about with this next statement. They should be undefeated by now. They should be undefeated. They said on the telecast, the Ravens have had the lead up to the 2-minute warning in every single game. So the final 2 minutes of every single game this season, they've had the lead. Meaning they were in position to win each game this season. They blew a couple games. The Colts game, the Steelers game, and the Browns game. If you take those games out, the Ravens should be 16-0. Then at that point, you can't tell me Lamar Jackson is the MVP if the Ravens are 16-0. Like, how can you have a team that's undefeated and the quarterback is not the MVP of the team? Come on, in this day and age of football where offense is king. Come on now. People say, well, Lamar Jackson has had some bad games. A lot of those games, the receivers also dropped the ball. And I apologize for anybody on the YouTube side. I don't have my YouTube chat up. I do apologize for that. So if you are talking in the YouTube chat, bear with me. I am simulcasting this stream on YouTube and Twitch. Let me pull myself up because before I really get into what I want to get into today, let me at least talk to some of the people in here. Mr. Warbucks, what's good, man? Welcome into the Double R podcast. We do these things. I'm sorry about that. Y'all seen the ad. I apologize. Y'all see this every time a Ravens game. Y'all see this. Let me read the podcast. The MVP race is over, dog. It been over 2 weeks ago. And when Warbucks, when I get to these comments on YouTube, if you have not already seen them comments on YouTube, if you was reading the comments, you know where I'm about to go with this. People were saying Lamar Jackson's not even in the top 3 in MVP. How? Tell me how Lamar Jackson is not an MVP. He was an MVP before this game even happened. He was already an MVP. So how is he not an MVP? Somebody explain that to me. Kyle Hamilton, Brandon Stevens both out. Marlon Humphrey went out. Michael Pierce out. You still kept it under 20 points. Thank you, AOK the King, man. I appreciate that. They dropped 2 touchdown passes. The score would have been, instead of 56-19, it would have been 56-30 something. Doesn't matter. People was talking about, well, if Tua has a good game, he's gonna pass Lamar Jackson in the MVP race, especially if the Dolphins win. Are we serious? You just heard the names that I mentioned that weren't playing for the Ravens. If anything, Tua should have been balling this game. 22 of 38 for 237 yards. And that's your MVP? That's your MVP. Stop it. I need people to stop with this narrative as if Lamar Jackson is just some second fiddle guy. Stop missing me with the bullshit. He's not second fiddle. He really is not second fiddle. Like, I could literally stop it right here and just say enough. I'm done ranting. I'm done talking. Let the game speak for themselves. Everybody that's in the comment section that's talking nonsense is watching the box score, like we're doing right now. I'm watching the box score now after I watch the game. That's the difference. And the box score validates what I saw with my own eyes. Lamar Jackson is your MVP. Case closed. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Anybody that was considering, oh, we need to wait one more game to see what he do, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And I'm sorry for those who don't like that, who think Josh Allen was your MVP or Brock Purdy was your MVP. It's a wrap. I don't care what Brock Purdy does the next game. It's a wrap. Lamar beat Brock Purdy. Lamar beat Tua and Tyreek Hill. All these guys were in the conversation for MVP. He beat you, and he beat you bad. And he put up good numbers doing so. Like, really? He beat your ass. He beat your ass. He beat it in style. Come on now. Stop missing me with the bullshit. Stop. When you know I'm right, you try to come with other arguments to counter what I'm saying. Oh, now we got to pull the race car and all this stuff. Just stop it. Just stop. 5 touchdown passes, 300 yards. Not bad for a running back, right? Not bad for a running back, right? A running back is not supposed to have 300 passing yards and 5 TDs, right? Not bad for a running back, if I do say so myself. And Lamar Jackson's not going to come out and say it, but his goal is to get to a Super Bowl. So this performance that we're talking about, he don't even care about. Let's move on to the next game, whether that's the Steelers or the playoff game. Let's move on. That's the mindset you got to have when you're trying to win a Super Bowl. Internally, he knows he had a great game, but there's no reason to celebrate. Like Kobe Bryant always said, the mission is not over. Yeah, we're up 2-0 in the best of 7, but the mission is not over yet. Until you reach the actual goal, the mission is not over yet. So yes, this looks good, and yes, he locked up the MVP, but the bigger mission is not over yet. Until you win that chip, it's not over. So Lamar Jackson, I haven't seen the press conference yet, but I'm sure Lamar Jackson is going. The tone that you're going to get from Lamar is just that. He's looking ahead to the next game. One game at a time. This game was great. It's New Year's. You're going to pop some champagne, eat some good food, but you're going to move on to the next game. And that's the mindset you got to have when you're trying to win a championship. So I'll do the talking for Lamar Jackson. 56-9. I'll do the talking. He don't got to do the talk. I will. What's the excuse now? You beat San Francisco. You beat Miami. You beat a Jacksonville team that was leading the division at the time. You beat Cincinnati twice. Joe Burrow played both games. You should have beat Cleveland twice. Nonetheless, even against Cleveland, against a really great defense, 28 points and 31 points. So you put up points against one of the better defenses in the league. You beat a Rams team that is underrated, is really good. That was the toughest game out of this whole stretch. The Rams gave us more trouble than the 49ers did. They gave us more trouble than the Jaguars did. They gave us more trouble than the Miami Dolphins did. The Rams. But I got people talking about, oh, you just gonna throw the Rams in there like they're a good team. Do you watch football? They have a Super Bowl winning coach. They have a Pro Bowl receiver in Cooper Kupp. Puka Nuka, whatever. I'm sorry, no disrespect to your name. If I even said it right or wrong, I'm sorry. He's a baller. He's going to win Rookie of the Year. And you have a Super Bowl winning coach, and you have a defensive MVP in Aaron Donald. So don't talk to me about the Rams aren't good. They weren't good early in the season, but they're good now. So that win that the Ravens got against the Rams means a lot. Every team that they have played after the bye week are really good. Rams, Jaguars, 49ers, and Dolphins. They won all of them. Definitively, for the regular season, the Ravens are the best team in the league. Even if you, because you know you're gonna have people out there to say, okay, just because they got the most wins in the league does not mean they're the best team in the league. You see my face right now? Yes. It's always gonna be something that somebody's gonna come up with next. Even with Lamar Jackson, let's talk about Lamar Jackson. Oh, he's just a running back. He's just a running back who can't throw. Year by year, he's been changing that narrative. Now you're going to find something else. People talk about all the time on here. The goalposts always move with Lamar Jackson. He shuts you up for a little bit. You find something else to pick at. What are you going to pick at now? He can throw the ball over your head. He can run right through you. He can juke you. What are you going to say now? Somebody tried to say, oh, well, his accuracy isn't that good. What? His accuracy ain't that good. What? Stop. If you want proof, let's look at it. Let's look at it. Lamar Jackson this season is throwing at 66% completion percentage. And that's not even adding to what he did this game. The numbers have not even updated yet. Oh, I'm not talking completion percent. Well, what the hell are you talking about? What argument are you talking about with the man accuracy is bad? What are you talking about? Every quarterback makes overthrows. Every quarterback makes underthrows at times. So we're not just gonna sit here and nitpick Lamar Jackson every time he underthrows the ball, overthrows the ball. Do they happen? Yes, they do. Do they happen with Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen? Shit, half the time Josh Allen is throwing to the other team. So we're not going to sit here and nitpick every little thing that this guy does that's wrong. Accuracy. Oh, he can't throw the ball. He can't do this. All he can do is run. Okay. Let's get to the game. Start off kind of crazy. Dolphins got the ball first. They handled business. I was like, oh, defense. But we already knew going into the game, the Ravens were missing some players on defense. So we already knew this is probably the worst game to have your starters not playing. Like I said, no Brandon Stevens, no Kyle Hamilton, which is probably your defensive MVP if you ask me. I know Matt Abike is having a great season, but Kyle Hamilton has been your everything. You put him anywhere you want, and he's going to make shit happen for you. So, yeah. So you had none of that. So it showed early on. Miami's speed and tempo, they were having their way with the Ravens defense first couple possessions. I was like, oh, we in for a dogfight. They scored first. They got the ball. They scored first. I said, okay, this is going to be interesting. But I knew this was going to be a good game because the Ravens, when they got the ball first, they did the same thing. Even with a penalty that took back a play. Even the Rashad Bateman, the Rashad Bateman, where it looked like he caught the ball, but the ball hit the ground. I was like, oh shit, we had a big play, we didn't get it. Doesn't matter, when you're Lamar Jackson, you make plays happen. They end up scoring the touchdown anyway. It's a 7-7 ball game. What Miami do, they drive down the field again. Bend but don't break defense, they held them to a field goal. Bet. Hold them to a field goal, good stuff. What the Ravens do, they come right back, they get a touchdown. Zay Flowers. I don't remember if Zay Flowers was the second one or not. But the point is, they drove right down the field. So one thing you don't want to do with Miami is you don't want to get into a shootout unless you have guys like that can be in a shootout. Unless you got guys like that can actually make plays, you do not want to get in a shootout with Miami. They have too many weapons on offense. Even though Waddle didn't play, they had too many weapons on offense. And Raheem Mostert didn't play either. Even though the backup running back that was in there was really good. I forgot what his name is. I apologize, but he's really good. But you don't want to get into a shootout with the Miami Dolphins because they can put up points. Newsflash, they put up 70 against the Broncos. So if there's any if you want any validation, an NFL team should not be scoring 70 points. The Ravens put up almost 60. They put up 70. An NFL team should not be putting up 70 points against another team. They did that. So we already know what they're capable of. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew this was going to be a track meet. The thing is, the Ravens were the only team on the track. Because after that early explosion by Miami, it was the Ravens that were consistently putting up drive after drive after drive after drive, scoring touchdowns. When you look at it, it was 28-13 at halftime with the Ravens getting the ball back. I was like, oh, so we scored on our very first possession when we got the ball, even though we didn't get it first. And then at halftime, we got the ball first and we scored again. I said, there's no reason why we should lose this game. We scored in the first quarter, first possession, the second quarter, second half, we got it. I'm like, okay, they came to play. And after you play a team like San Francisco, you are battle tested. And I said this on a couple podcasts ago. The Ravens are battle tested. Since the bye week, you played a good Rams team, you played a Jacksonville team. Now it ain't looking that good now. They think they beat Carolina today, but they don't got Trevor Lawrence. But at the time, Jacksonville was a good team. You beat them. You beat the 49ers. You beat the Dolphins. You've been battle tested for the last like 3 or 4 weeks now. So now when you get into the playoffs, you're playing teams over 500. You're playing teams with good quarterback. You're playing good teams with good defense. You know, Miami didn't look like that today. So you cannot make the argument that the Ravens are playing a cupcake schedule going into the playoffs. They are battle tested. They are battle tested. So now it's like, okay, we're battle tested. Whoever that first team is that they play, and I don't even know, I haven't looked at the brackets. I don't know if it's going to be the Colts or it's probably going to be, well, who knows? Because the Ravens are going to get a bye week. So who knows who that team is going to be? I can't even project who that is because with a bye week, we're not playing the first week. So it's like, you know, I don't know. What a great time to be a Baltimore fan. Even though the Orioles didn't cut it, I think this is the first time from my recollection that the Orioles and the Ravens were the top seeds in their respective divisions or conferences. The Orioles had 100 wins this year. They were the best team in the AL. Even though that didn't end well. But considering the youth on that team, good job. The Ravens are also the top team in their division, their conference. I don't know, at least since I've been living, where the Orioles and the Ravens were both the best in their individual conference. I don't think I've ever remembered that. Yeah, exactly, Wavy. They're good on offense and defense. Like 2019 when they won 14 games, they were a good team. They were a balanced team. This year they're dominant on offense and defense. Because once again, you held another team, which is weird because the last two teams that they faced, they gave up 19 points. Kind of interesting, right? You gave up 19 points against 49ers, you gave up 19 points again. I just find it funny. 19 is a weird number in football. To give it up in back-to-back games is very interesting to me. Like 19 isn't a number that you see in football a lot. You may see 20, you may see 21, but you don't see 19 a lot. So the fact that they beat 49ers 33-19 and they beat this team 56-19 is interesting. Let me go take my water real quick. Whew. All right, here comes the fun part. Let's start exposing some people here. This is the part of the stream I'm looking forward to the most. I want to expose some people here. Can I expose some people real quick? And I'm sorry but not sorry if you're one of the guys that I'm exposing, because I couldn't wait, because you kept giving me rebuttal after rebuttal after rebuttal about why I was wrong. And that's how I know you don't watch the games. You wanted to give me rebuttal after rebuttal after rebuttal, and now I get to sit here and laugh at you on now we're going to expose you, and I'm going to laugh at you at the same time. Because that's what I do. I can be a petty motherfucker if I want to be. And you're going to see that today. So, let's have a little fun. Let's have a little fun here. Shall we? So, let me get this over so you guys can see real fast. So this is the video I did a couple weeks ago. Well, actually a couple days ago. Go check it out, by the way. It got People actually tuned into that video and chimed in. So some of you guys are at like here's the thing. I'm not mad about anything. I like debate. I used to debate back in high school. So debating is my thing. So I'm not mad at anybody's perspective per se. I like to hear different perspectives because people say different things and it makes me think a different way, or at least opens my eyes up to how other people think. So I don't necessarily care about whether your perspective disagrees with what I'm saying. But when it's clear cut that what you're saying makes no sense and that you don't watch the games, that's when I gotta expose. Because some people here in these comments were just giving their opinion. Cool. But when you clearly say that this guy is more important to this team than this guy, when I know with my own two eyes, if you take Lamar Jackson off this team, the Ravens would not even have 5 wins right now. So don't sit there and tell me the importance of Lamar Jackson. Trying to diminish the importance of Lamar Jackson. We've seen what Lamar Jackson looks like. We've seen what the Ravens look like without Lamar Jackson. We've seen that. The last 2 years, we've seen that. 2021, he missed the season. 2022, he missed the season. The Ravens missed the playoffs, and they barely got in last year. So we already know what this team looks like without Lamar Jackson. So to sit there and undermine his value as if he's not that important is crazy to me. Then somebody try to say, well, each season is different. This season he's played every single game, and you can't validate his importance because he's played. Yes, you can. Because the fact that he's played every single game and he had the best record tells you the importance of him. Duh. I mean, come on. He's played every single game. They're the best team in the league. Does that not validate how important he is? When he's not playing, they lose. When he's playing, they win. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. When he's playing, they win. When he's not playing, they lose. It's just as clear cut as that. So don't sit there and tell me that Lamar Jackson has no importance when it's clear cut. When he's out there, they win. All right, let's get into the fun part here. Say like this guy, Casey Williams, McCaffrey's MVP. Cool. I ain't got a problem with that. That is your perspective. The Ravens are still decent. Yes, but do you really think Tyler Huntley is doing the things that Lamar Jackson would do? No. The Ravens would not be a playoff team with Tyler. I'm just being honest. I love Tyler Huntley, but no. There's things that Lamar Jackson can do, reading the field, using his legs, that Tyler Huntley can't do. I'm not saying that the Ravens will be garbage, but they would not be contending for a playoff seed. The Browns will be winning the division, and the Steelers will probably be next, with the Bengals, and the Ravens will probably be last. No, sir. No. Wild card, no. And I like Tyler Huntley, please, I do. But we don't have any evidence of what Tyler Huntley would look like with this offense. We do with Lamar Jackson, and that's the difference. Like, it's easy to project what a quarterback will look like if he had this guy, that guy. With Lamar Jackson, we have visual proof. Lamar has been ascending every single year. It's just the casuals that don't watch him on a regular basis, they didn't see that. Why do you think the fans have been calling for Greg Roman's head for the last 2 years? Because we knew there were parts of Lamar Jackson's game that that needed to be unlocked. We were just waiting for the right play caller to, one, call the right plays, and two, give Lamar Jackson more freedom in the offense. Greg Roman would, like I just used the analogy earlier, it's like telling LeBron James, you stay on the block and you do that only. We don't want you to do anything else. You're going to handcuff and pin a guy who is more talented than what you're telling him to do, but you're going to pin him in a box and say, you're only going to do this. We already knew what Lamar Jackson could do. It was just waiting for a coordinator to give him the free reign to do so. That's all it was. That's all we were waiting for. That's all we were waiting for. Give me a coordinator that's going to allow Lamar Jackson to do the things he's good at. Greg Roman didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's easy to say, okay, well, if Tyler Huntley was in there, this Ravens team would be a wild card team. I beg to differ. The Browns will win the division. The Steelers or the Bengals will probably be next. The Ravens will be even competing for the third or fourth seed in the division. They probably would be competing for a wild card. I don't think they would have got in. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, first of all, Savage Healthy, thank you for being here. Thank you, and everybody that's watching. We're simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. So if you're on YouTube, go to Twitch. Twitch.tv/RetroRecap. If you're on Twitch, go over to the YouTube side. RetroRecap as well. This is an exclusive thing that I'm doing on Twitch for today. We're not gonna be doing this on Twitch on a regular basis. But for those who are on Twitch, which ironically I have more viewers on YouTube more now, which is surprising. Thank you everybody that's watching right now. We're getting ready to get into the fun part. I'm getting ready to expose some people. This is the part I enjoy about being me. Because I had to sit here and take all this nonsense in the comments all week long after that 49ers game about why Lamar is not this and that. Why this Ravens team is not as good as you think they are. The fun part is now I get to have my laughing at you now. I get to get my clap back. And even though I was clapping back in the comments, now you get to hear it verbally. And you see I'm smiling, you know I love this. Now, this guy, let's just get to the comments. This guy right here. Let's be real. A lot of blacks are a little biased when it comes to Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's a beast for sure, but Richard Sherman was right. Listen, you have your opinion, I have mine. I'm going to tell you that my praise for Lamar Jackson has nothing to do with the skin color. My praise for Lamar Jackson is looking with my eyes and seeing, okay, he's the best player on the field every single time. Like for the last 3 or 4 games, Lamar Jackson has been the best player on the field. That Rams game, he led the comeback. The Jaguars game, the Jaguars could barely get him to the ground. The 49ers game, he outdueled Brock Purdy and got the W by 2 touchdowns. This game, the man threw 5 touchdown passes, 300 yards. He has been the best player on the field the last 4 or 5 games. Probably further than that. Since the bye week, Lamar has been the best player on the field. This has nothing to do with being biased because he's black. Yeah, it's crazy. You see this way? It's crazy. To even type that out in a message is absolutely crazy to me. Is absolutely crazy to me. Let's be real. A lot of black people are biased. Are you serious? Yes, there are casual fans and there are hardcore fans. Anybody that watches football and is praising Lamar Jackson, it has nothing to do with him being black. It has nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing to do with that. This man, when he's healthy, is always going to be in the MVP conversation because he can do 2 things. Most quarterbacks can only do 1. Most quarterbacks can only throw the ball. Lamar Jackson can do 2 things. So he's always going to be in the MVP conversation because you have to defend both his skill sets, the run and the pass. Before, he won an MVP with his legs. Even though he threw 36 touchdown passes, he won an MVP with his legs mainly, with 1,200 yards. Now he's a better passer. So if you can win an MVP with your legs, now you got the complete dual threat. How are we even sitting up here talking about we're biased because he's black? Stop it. Like seriously. To be able to type that in a message in somebody's comment section is crazy. On top of the fact that I'm black. All right, this comment right here, McCaffrey is MVP. Cool, that's your personal opinion. If you McCaffrey has been balling this year. I'm not even mad about you on that take. You said what you said. Cool. Can't argue that. If McCaffrey is your VIP, if McCaffrey is your MVP, cool. Cool with that. All right. Okay, this is a good one. Let's read this one. Let me highlight this one. And I wanna break all this down, because I mean we don't even need to talk about the game. The Ravens won 56-19. There's nothing to talk about with the game. The Ravens whooped their ass. It's that cut and dry. The Ravens spanked that ass. Do you need a sound effect to go along with it? The Ravens just did that to the Dolphins, so we don't need to sit here and talk about the game. We really don't. There's nothing to break down X's and O's. The Miami defense had nothing to do to stop Lamar Jackson. It's as clear cut as that. So I'm gonna have more fun just kind of answering some of the comments or responding to some of the comments, because the actual game was out of contest at halftime. Even with Miami's offense, it was over. Stats are the only thing that matter. If you're doing something, the stats will show. Well, first of all, that's not true. That's not true, sir. That's not true, sir. That's not true. There are some things that cannot be measured in the box score. For example, Lamar Jackson's escapability. Imagine you're playing on defensive line or linebacker or in the secondary, and you got a blitz on Lamar Jackson, and you're running at him full speed, and you say, "Oh, I got this guy. I got him, coach." And he says, "What? What? No, you don't got me." And then he makes a play downfield. Just the escapability alone is why he's so great. You tell me how many other quarterbacks, you can't even name more than 10 that have that kind of escapability. You don't. You can't name me 10 other quarterbacks that have the escapability of Lamar Jackson. So those are the intangibles that I'm talking about that every quarterback can't do. So no, stats are not the only thing that matters. If you watch the games, you realize any other quarterback, that would have been a sack. Lamar Jackson makes you miss. He jukes you out your seat. Before he would take off and run. Now he's throwing the ball over top of your head for a big play. So not only can you not wrap him up, he's keeping his eyes downfield, making the big play. How many other quarterbacks do you know can do that? Just the escapability alone adds to his value. Does escapability show in the stat sheet? No, it does not. Escapability does not show in the stat sheet. Those are the little things that you have to analyze when you're trying to figure out who the MVP is. So no, the stats don't tell the whole story. Then the argument was, and I guess we'll get to this later in the show, the argument was, well, he doesn't have enough touchdown passes to be considered an MVP. What do you got to say about 5 touchdowns in one game? This is the second time that Lamar Jackson has had a perfect quarterback rating against the Miami Dolphins. Let that sink in your head. How many quarterbacks have perfect quarterback ratings in general? Not only did Lamar Jackson done this twice to the same team, this is like his 4th game in his career, 4th or 5th game that he's had a perfect passer rating. I cannot remember off the top of my head who the other teams are. I want to say he had one against the Rams on Monday Night Football one time. And I want to say he did it against the Bengals one time. I do not remember off the top of my head. But the man has had a perfect quarterback rating against the same team in his career. Come on now. Stop it. Welcome everybody. We are simulcasting live on YouTube and Twitch. Twitch.tv/RetroRecap. Can somebody drop that in the YouTube chat? The Twitch link for me. And I think I got it on Twitch already, my link for YouTube. Go follow me on both. Because why? Because I'm just that dope. I'm just that dope. And it's New Year's Eve and I'm turned up. I already got my Crown Peach. I already got my Twisted Teas. I'm ready to go for later on. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to drink. Pop the champagne bottle. Have a good time. The Ravens just put up almost 60 points. I have reason to celebrate. It's gonna be a good New Year's. I can't remember the last time I had alcohol. I'm gonna be popping them bottles, taking them shots, having a good fucking time. The Ravens won. And they beat you by a large margin, and they're the number 1 seed. And you didn't even have your best players on defense playing. I'm gonna pop the champagne bottle. I'm gonna pop open that Crown Royal on the rocks, and I'm gonna have a good time. And I'm going to be sitting here laughing in the comments and finding out what other things are these people going to say next. I done already debunked half the shit y'all saying, and I haven't even read all the comments, and I've already debunked half the shit y'all saying. I can end the podcast right now with just everything I'm saying right now, and everything has been debunked just like that. But I'm not even done. I'm just letting you know, I'm foreshadowing what I'm going to do later on. I'm going to have that Crown Peach. I'm going to have that Twisted Tea on the rocks, and I'm going to have a good fucking time tonight. And I'm going to laugh in your face for everybody that was like the Ravens and Lamar Jackson is not good. I'm going to laugh in your face. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to have me a good fucking time doing it. Here, look at this. They just don't want to give it to the white guy who's the best. Seriously. Can y'all see this? Read the rest of this. They just don't want to give the MVP to the white guy who's the best.
Oh, hell no. Okay.
Why do we gotta do this, dog? Why does this have to be a color thing? Why does this have to be a color thing? What do you mean they don't? What do you mean just give it to them? You gotta prove your worth on the field. What do you mean they just don't want to give it to them? Your play on the field determines if you're the MVP. This has nothing to do with just giving something out just because of your skin color. What are we talking about here? This is the kind of shit that makes me mad. Give the man his props. This has nothing to do with skin color. If Josh Allen was Lamar Jackson, he's the MVP. I'm literally tired of this. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. I gotta drink my water. I'm getting worked up here. I am tired of this. I really am. If Josh Allen was black and he was Lamar Jackson, he had Lamar Jackson numbers, I would be saying this about Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen respectively. Josh Allen is balling. Let's not make it sound I'm just poo-pooing Josh Allen. Josh Allen is balling. He doesn't have the best record in the league, and he can't do what Lamar Jackson can do to the highest level. So can we stop with, oh, they don't want to give it to the white guy? What do you mean? You play football to do what you do on the field. This isn't about, oh, your skin color, we're just gonna give it to you because of your skin color. Oh, they don't want to give it to him because of his skin. What? Seriously, stop it. I am tired of that to the utmost extent. When Lamar Jackson plays like shit, he plays like shit. We're gonna call it like it is. Lamar Jackson has been balling this season. Give the man his credit. It's like y'all don't want to give this man a second MVP trophy just because y'all didn't like the fact that he got the first one. Not only did he get the first one, he did it unanimously. Now this year, he's probably not going to get the MVP trophy in a unanimous fashion, but he's going to win his second MVP. So all these people out here talking about all he do is run, he can't throw, blah, blah, blah. What are you going to say to a man that's already got 2 MVP trophies? What are you going to say? The man is already making a case for a Hall of Fame. What are you going to say? Like, you cannot put a guy that has 2 MVP trophies, you cannot leave him out the Hall of Fame. If he wins an MVP, he's already in the Hall of Fame. All he needs now is a Super Bowl to top it off. He's already done more. He's already got more of an effect on the Ravens than Joe Flacco did. All he needs is a Super Bowl. Joe Flacco won the big one, but Joe Flacco numbers overall as a Ravens is not what Lamar Jackson is doing. Lamar just needs a Super Bowl, and it's already validated. Joe Flacco never had an MVP, a Super Bowl MVP, but he's never had a regular season MVP. So this isn't about the skin color. It's about, are you good or are you not good? Are you worthy of this trophy or are you not? Josh Allen has, I didn't look at his stats for the day, and I guess we can pull it up right now, but Josh Allen didn't have, Josh Allen has 18 turnovers for the season. Let's see what Josh, I mean, he played the Panthers, so I'm not sure what Josh Allen did today. But let's take a look. I'm just curious, since this is your MVP, Because that's all I kept hearing was Josh Allen, Josh Allen, Josh Allen. So let's see. What did he do? First of all, they barely beat New England, which is something. Josh Allen, and here's your MVP, everybody. Here we go. Here we go, everybody. Let me have some fun with this one. Here's your MVP, everybody. Here's your MVP. 15 of 30, 169, no touchdown and a pick against the Patriots. Here's where I get to have my fun. Are we serious? This is your MVP. Now, he did have 2 rushing touchdowns. Cool. But I thought Josh Allen was a far better passer than Lamar Jackson is, though. I'm sorry. I thought he played New England. Did I say Carolina? I'm sorry. I think I did say Carolina. That's my bad. You see him amped up right now. Now, he did have 11 for 44 for 2 TDs. Cool. You supposed to be a better passer than Lamar Jackson, right? Okay. Cool. This ain't even no Josh Allen slander either. I like Josh. I really do. I like Josh Allen. I just don't like him when he plays the Ravens. I just like him when he plays the Ravens. Outside of that, I like Josh Allen. I really do. This has nothing. Which, as you can tell, this has nothing to do with skin. I love Josh Allen. You'll never hear me go into anybody's comment section and say, "Oh, because he's black or because he's white." This you'll never hear me say nothing like that. Because that's the worst argument you can make. That's how I know when you're losing an argument is when you want to bring up skin color. Because that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Even when I hear Stephen A. sometimes get on and pull the black card, I'm like, dog, can we make the argument without having to use skin color as the crutch? Just debate. Just debate what you see. Let's not debate skin color here. Even if it's in favor of the black, can we just debate sports? Do we have to debate black, white here, or whatever? Come on. Josh Allen had exactly. Everybody in the comments. Well, he did have 2 rushing touchdowns, so we're not going to poo-poo that. We're not going to do that. Josh Allen had 2 rushing touchdowns. Great. Lamar Jackson had 5, and he had 5 in the air. Y'all say he wasn't a passer, right? 5 in the air. Josh Allen had nothing in the air. So this is your MVP. Josh Allen a couple games ago against the Dallas Cowboys had under 100 yards passing. Now, yes, they did beat the Cowboys badly. Josh Allen didn't even have 100 yards passing. In this game, he only had 169 yards passing, no passing touchdowns. At home against New England. Now, this is a rivalry game, so you know how those games are. They mean a little bit. Oh, shit. Thank you for the raid. Money Man Malik, thank you for the raid on Twitch. What's goody? What's goody? Thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. I am amped up and I'm ready to go. And I'm sorry, we do have movie night coming up at 6 o'clock in the Discord. I am sorry if I go overtime, but I am in it right now. I am feeling it. Because I had to deal with this slander all week long, having to listen to people disrespect Lamar Jackson. Enough is enough. Now it's time to clap back. Josh Allen didn't even have a passing touchdown. And so Richard Sherman can get up here and say, "Oh, percentage of touchdown to the contribute to the team," and blah 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 blah. I can't wait to say what you're gonna say tomorrow. And trust me, I'm gonna be watching. If you still tell me Lamar is not the MVP, then I'm really gonna go off. I am really gonna go off when I make that video. If you get on camera and say Lamar Jackson's not MVP, I am gonna have a field day. I cannot wait. Because it is clearly evident at that point that you just don't like Lamar Jackson at that point. But I'm gonna give you a chance. I'm gonna let you do you, let you speak your piece. But I promise you, if I hear anybody still saying Lamar Jackson's not the MVP, you will hear my voice. I'm not even trying to be the biggest Lamar Jackson fan. I'm just telling you what I see. This has nothing to do with being the biggest Lamar fan or blah blah. This is about telling you what I see. There's not one player in the league that is better at what he does than Lamar Jackson. Thank you for the raid, Money Man Malik. I hope you had a great stream. We are doing something on Twitch a little bit different today. You got the Double R podcast where recap is going in. I go more in on this podcast than my other podcast, the Retro Rewind. This is the podcast where I get to vent. And y'all know I love to vent. I'm getting it all out today. I'm getting it all out. I'm getting all into the nitty gritty. I'm getting all into it. I'm getting all into the ass crack. I'm getting all into the ass crack today. Like, seriously. I'm getting all into the butt crack. We're going all in. All right. Let's move on here. Here's a good one. Now, I'm assuming this is a troll comment, but we're gonna highlight just because of what it is. So I'm assuming this is a troll comment. Hold on, give me back on my screen real fast. Wait, why did it do that? I'm assuming this is a troll comment. Can y'all can't see it? Y'all can't see it, can y'all? So this comment right here, Lamar is trash. If the Ravens go to the Super Bowl, they will lose to the Cowboys. Let's make sense of this, right? I'm assuming it's a troll comment. Oh shit! Whoa! Thank you for King of Dabs with the raid. Thank you for the raid, King of Dabs. I appreciate that. All right, let's get into this comment right here. Whether it's a troll or not, Lamar is trash. Straight up. Not even cutting no cards with it. Lamar is trash. If the Ravens go to the Super Bowl, they will lose to the Cowboys. If Lamar Jackson is trash, do you really think the Ravens are going to the Super Bowl? Seriously, think about this. If Lamar Jackson is trash, in your words, if he is trash, the Ravens are not going to the Super Bowl. The Ravens are going to the Super Bowl because Lamar is great. Lamar Jackson has to be great to get to the Super Bowl. If he plays like he's playing right now, the Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter who they play. Philadelphia, San Francisco. If Lamar Jackson playing like this, they're going, because the defense is just too good. The defense is too good. And I'm not saying they got to put up 56 points every single game. But if Lamar Jackson has this kind of consistency, I mean, come on. Seriously. So this comment didn't even make any sense. If Lamar is trash, seriously, I'm not even gonna give this comment more attention. You see what I've been dealing with this last week in the comments. Lamar is trash. This is the kind of shit I've been reading all week. You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of shit I've been reading all week. Lamar is trash. Stop with it. That was about Shaq. Nobody commented on this one. Let's go to this other one. Here we go. Here's another Richard Sherman one. Let's get into this one right here. I cannot wait. This is fun. I don't know if you guys are having fun. I'm having fun because I'm about to chop this down comment by comment. All right. This man said he mad. Like, yeah, okay. He's going for what I'm talking about. So we're not going to talk about. We're only going to talk about the people that disrespected the argument. Let's see. Most of these people on this one agree with what I was saying. Richard Sherman don't watch the games. He don't like Lamar Jackson. It's clear as evident. All right, this video right here, cool. Actually, this video don't even got nothing. I had nothing to talk about this video. Everybody in this video agree with what I'm saying. Cool. Let's go down to this one right here. All right, where do I begin? Which comment do I begin with? Which one? All right, here we go. Let's start from the bottom here. Let's have a little fun here. I mean, this is fun. I don't know if anybody can tell. I'm having a blast right now. Can y'all see my face? I'm having a blast right now. Lamar's passing accuracy has been horrible this year. Has been horrible. Okay, cool. Lamar Jackson is at a 66% completion percentage this year. Okay, all right. Just want to make sure you've seen that, right? Cool. So, just for those who don't understand what I'm talking about, that's almost every 7 out of 10 passes he's completing. But his passing you can't tell me a definitive stat that tells me Lamar Jackson's accuracy is trash. Almost every 7 out of 10 he's completing. So accuracy, what are we talking about here? Okay, cool. And no, I'm not talking about completion percent. Can y'all see this? I want to make sure y'all can see the comments. Can y'all see this? And no, I'm not talking about completion percentage. His wide receivers are bailing him out. His wide receivers are bailing him out. Okay, cool. So we're just going to ignore the fact that early in the season, how many times Lamar Jackson could have had better numbers, but they dropped the ball? Are we like the Steelers game, the Colts game? Are we serious here? Are we serious here? Under Lamar Jackson, he's always had receivers that drop the ball. Like Hollywood Brown against the Lions a couple years ago dropped 3 touchdowns in one game. But you don't see those in the stat sheet because they're drops. Otherwise, Lamar Jackson would have more touchdown passes. Rashad Bateman drops touchdown passes. Mark Andrews has dropped passes. Nelson Aguilar. I mean, everybody has dropped passes over the course of the season. And of course, your argument is going to be, well, all receivers do that over the course of time. All right, then. So why are we nitpicking at Lamar Jackson for when he has a bad game? If you're not looking at the reason why it's a bad game, then you're not doing yourself a due diligence and making an argument. You're just looking at the box score and saying, okay, Lamar Jackson did this. Okay, he had a bad game. You're not looking at how he throws the damn ball. It's up to the receiver to catch the ball. If the receiver don't catch the ball, that's not on Lamar. What do you mean the receivers are bailing him out? What do you mean by that? You're going to hear me say that question a lot. What do you mean by that? You mean he bailing him out? Get the fuck out of here. And no, we have not seen Baltimore without Lamar. You're right. You're absolutely right. That does not mean a fake narrative. That does not mean that just because Lamar has not missed any games doesn't mean that we can't quantify what his value is to the team, his importance to the team. I don't understand that. He's missed games the last 2 seasons. We know what the Ravens look like when Lamar is not there. So his importance has already been shown long time ago. Long time ago. I'm not going to sit here and argue with somebody about watching the games. If you don't watch the games, you don't watch the games. I'm going to tell you with a straight face. Do I watch all the Buffalo Bills games to see what Josh Allen does? No, I do not. I do watch the highlights, and I can tell you, box score and highlights, Josh Allen has not done better than Lamar Jackson this season. I don't care if he has 40 total touchdowns. I don't care if he's close to 50. He has not had a more impactful season than Lamar Jackson has. I don't care. And that's with the eye test. Because just as good as Josh Allen is at getting touchdowns, he's also good at turning the ball over. And if you want to praise the touchdown, we also need to highlight what an interception or a turnover also means. You're giving the ball back to a team when you were driving with the ball. You had possession of the ball, you gave it to the other team. Let's not undermine what that means. You feel me? If you're going to praise the touchdown pass, I need you to highlight the turnovers as well. Does Lamar Jackson have turnovers? Sure he does. Sure he does. A lot of Lamar Jackson shit is just fumbling shit. Like, the man has 7 interceptions. How many games have we played? We played 16 games. He has 7 interceptions. That means he's averaging under one interception per game. Josh Allen, he's doing interception today. Come on, like seriously. Let's look up Josh Allen. Just for those who don't believe me, let's look up Josh Allen today. Let me change the camera over real fast. Excuse me, real fast, everybody. Josh Allen has 15 interceptions. He threw one today. So that man has 16 interceptions on the season, along with 3 fumbles. How can you give an MVP to a guy that had almost 20 turnovers for the season? I don't care how many touchdowns he has. Your touchdown to interception ratio should be 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. So the fact that Josh Allen has almost half the amount of turnovers as he has touchdowns diminishes the argument for him being an MVP. I don't care what you say. Josh Allen is not an MVP in my book. Josh Allen is having a great season, a good season. He's not an MVP. He's not having an MVP season. So seriously. 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 I gotta get some water. I gotta hydrate because I'm still about to go in. Woo, boy. The man threw an interception today, and all I kept hearing is Josh Allen, Josh Allen, Josh Allen. Oh, Richard Sherman's right. Richard Sherman is right in terms of the fact that, yes, he has an 83% touchdown ratio contributed to the team. He's right about that. Does that mean he's more important than Lamar Jackson? No. No. Just because your percentage contributed to the team is 83% does not mean that your value is more, though. If you're gonna point out the 83% of touchdowns contributed by Josh Allen, then you need to point out the turnovers as well. Let's have a fair argument here. The man almost has 20 turnovers for the season. That's averaging 1 turnover per game. So you're guaranteed when Josh Allen goes into a football game, he's gonna give you 1 turnover per game. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. How can you be an MVP with a ratio like that? I don't get it. I don't get it. You see what I gotta deal with, y'all. Like I reply back to damn near every one of these comments because some people are just crazy. All right, here's another one. And make sure you go check out these videos, by the way. I'm gonna drop my YouTube link in the channel for y'all to go check it out. Here's my YouTube link for those who still who don't know what I'm talking about. All right, let's read this one. So in the video I was talking about, is Richard Sherman watching the games? Are you watching Lamar Jackson? Are you watching the Ravens play? So his quotation marks was, watch Lamar play. You're only saying that if you don't watch Josh Allen win games. Watch Josh Allen win games, right? Okay, they have 6 losses on the season. Okay. Lamar Jackson did 13-3. Okay, watch Allen win games. Okay. That's already debunked right there. Lamar Jackson has more wins. Lamar Jackson has also led his team to comeback wins as well. So he's done the same thing that you're talking about. So that's already debunked that off rip. All right. 83% of his teams are touchdowns. What qualifies a quarterback for MVP other than a statistic like that? Shut the hell up. Just shut up. So now we're only gonna crown an MVP based off of percentage of touchdowns contributed to the team. I can think off the top of my head so many teams that are so bad that they're behind so much that they get cheap passing yards, cheap touchdowns because their team is losing so bad. So we're gonna award a quarterback because he has so many yards and touchdown passes when his team is usually behind. You can't blame Lamar Jackson for that. The Ravens are a good team. Like I said, they haven't had too many games where they're behind. So Lamar Jackson doesn't have to throw the ball so many times a game. The fact that he's putting up the numbers that he has with the lead that he has should tell you everything. They pulled this man out the fourth quarter with 6 minutes to go. He didn't even play the whole game. And the man had 5 touchdown passes. Are we serious here? For you to sit there and say what qualifies a quarterback for MVP other than touchdown percentage contributed to the team, you clearly don't know anything. Touchdowns aren't the only thing that you look at when you're watching a football game. You got yards, total yards. Lamar Jackson gives you the whole package, running and passing. Can he move the chains? You forget about that. Lamar Jackson is a chain mover. What do I mean by that? Every time Lamar Jackson has the ball, you know you're going to be driving down the field. Even if it always doesn't end with points, Lamar Jackson, for the most part, is going to move the chains. You can't put a number attached to how important that is to move the chains. You get the third down. Okay, Lamar Jackson makes a play, got the first down. You don't know how sickening that is to a defense when you got somebody in third down. You need one more play to stop them. Lamar Jackson takes off or throws over your head for a first down. Now you got to get back on defense again. You can't put a number next to that. Those are just the little intangible things that Lamar Jackson can do that makes you like, damn, as a defender, I'm annoyed with this guy. Because just when you think you got him, you don't have him. So I don't understand what we're talking about. I think Lamar is the most valuable guy in the league, but he doesn't have the stats.
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
I think Lamar Jackson is the most valuable guy in the league. You just basically been proving up he is the most valuable person in the league, but he doesn't have the stats. That's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. Even before this game today, before this Miami game, I was already saying Lamar Jackson was the MVP before this game even happened. So I don't understand how you could say that he's the most valuable, but then don't have the stats. How does that work? How does that work? You think he's valuable, the most valuable player in the league, but he doesn't have the stats. You guys got to think a little outside the box. It's not about stats. It's not all about stats here. That's where you guys don't think. You just want to look at a box score and determine someone's value. It don't work like that. Especially not with this particular guy that we're talking about, because he can do so many things. You can't just look at the box score and say, oh, he only had 19 touchdown passes coming into the game. We can't give an MVP to a guy like that. Unless you watch the games, Lamar Jackson drives them down the field, just like today. Lamar Jackson, on the very first drive, Lamar Jackson drives them right down the field, big play. They give it to Gus Edwards, touchdown, on the 2-yard line, or whatever it was. That's how they do. They give the ball to the running back on the goal line. So Lamar Jackson doesn't have a lot of opportunity to get those touchdown passes in the goal line because they're giving it to the running back. But unless you're watching the games, you don't see that. That's how I know Richard Sherman and some people in the comments section don't watch Lamar play. You saw one Monday Night Football game, and all of a sudden you're saying Lamar Jackson isn't valuable because he doesn't have a lot of touchdown passes. Miss me with that. It's demoralizing to the defense. I don't see. Yeah, exactly. He don't turn the ball over on downs. He just don't. And if he does, he makes it back up. He's the kind of guy where you can't count him out. He has so much heart and so much grit that even if he makes a bad play, he rebounds on the very next drive. Or in some part of the game, he rebounds. I'll read this one just for the sake of reading it. They don't watch the games, and that's what frustrates me the most, Wavy, is when you got people in the comment section trying to debate or give you a rebuttal when you know you don't watch the games. You just don't watch the game, and a guy like me who do can point that out, because the people that agree with me clearly watch the games. You can't determine Lamar's value off a box score. He's one of the few athletes in sports where you can't just look at box score to determine how valuable he is to a team. Like, for example, I don't even know if this is even a right analogy, but I'm gonna bring it up. Draymond Green, for all the shit that he do, antics wise, Draymond Green, the Warriors aren't winning those championships, even though KD was there. The glue is Draymond Green. He's the one setting the screen for Steph and Clay to do what they do. He's the glue piece. But those screens don't show up in a box score. Freeing up Stephen Curry doesn't show up in a box score. But a lot of times now Steph can create anything off the dribble and do whatever he wants. But a lot of times those screen plays allow Steph to do what he do. And I'm using a basketball analogy here. But you don't see a lot of those things show up in a box score. But that doesn't mean Draymond Green isn't valuable. Is he an MVP? No. But he's an MVP to that team, because without that, a lot of those plays don't happen. And unless you watch basketball, unless you watch the games, you're not going to realize that. That is just that cookie cutter. They don't win without Draymond. In fact, they don't win without Draymond. The technical fouls, yeah. Even all the dirty shit. I hate to say it, you got to have a guy that's willing to get dirty. Draymond Green does that. Give him respect where it's due. Give him respect where it's due. All right, I gotta get out of here. We got a movie night, so I don't want to take up too much of y'all time, because I really thought I thought this was gonna be an hour podcast until I realized I got a lot of shit to talk about. But you guys can go read for yourself. You guys can go back in the comments and read for yourself. People are trying to diminish Lamar and say Josh Allen. Cool. If you got stats, give me the stats. But don't sit there and say, oh, because his skin color, that's the only reason why you're choosing this guy over the other guy. Give me some stats to argue with. Because when I hear black and white, I get mad. It's not even a debate at that point. I'm mad at you for even in my comment section typing that. That's what I get mad at. If you're gonna give me some facts, give me some facts. Give me something to debate off of. Don't give me, oh, because one is black, one is white, one is white, one is black, you're saying this. This is not a debate at that point. You're just making me mad. I'm tired of it. Like I said, this is more of a rant. We don't need to break down X and O's. The Ravens are 13-3. Lamar 5 touchdown passes. The defense played pretty good considering they didn't have their best weapons. Hopefully we get Kyle Hamilton back next week. Well, actually, they have nothing to play for. So hopefully by the playoffs, Kyle Hamilton is good. Brandon Stevens is good. Mark Andrews may come back. I'm done. I have nothing else to talk about here. I really have nothing else to talk about here. The Ravens did what they had to do, and I can't wait. You guys follow the YouTube channel. You're going to see some videos tonight or tomorrow. I cannot wait to hear what these analysts got to say now. And if I hear one analyst sit there and say Lamar, still trying to diminish what Lamar Jackson does, I am going to lose it. Y'all said, okay, Lamar Jackson don't have the touchdowns. He gave you 5. What are you going to say now? You kept trying to tell me Lamar doesn't have the TDs to validate it. Well, now he do. Get me off this damn screen, please. I'm out of here. GG's, everybody. This is the Double R Podcast. This is your boy, Retro Recap. I love you guys. Thank you for everything you do. We're out of here.